So this morning we're continuing our series, The Grudge. We're looking at how forgiveness is a key part of life as a Christian. And today we're looking at the idea of forgiving an all-powerful, loving, sinless God who we might feel has wronged us or who isn't doing what we know he can do in a particular situation. And each week we're trying to get inspiration from a bit of the Bible where we've seen God at work in the past, and then relate it to our own lives. Now, this morning, we're going to hopefully be inspired by a lady called Hannah. She appears in the Old Testament of the Bible. This is about 1,000 years or so before Jesus was born. And she only appears briefly right at the start of 1 Samuel. Now, the bottom line to this story, the background, is she's married to a guy called Elkanah. She's desperate for kids, but she can't have them. So Elkanah takes on a second wife, Peninnah, who appears to be Mrs. Fertile. Obviously, Hannah is upset at that. And to make matters worse, Peninnah taunts her. It's like a soap opera, this. Let's watch her spiritual struggle and indeed her spiritual resolve and be inspired as we read this morning from the New Living Translation. This is from 1 Samuel 1, verse 9. Once, after a sacrificial meal at Shiloh, Hannah got up and went to pray. Eli the priest was sitting at his customary place beside the entrance of the tabernacle. Hannah was in deep anguish, crying bitterly as she prayed to the Lord, and she made this vow. O Lord of heaven's armies, if you will look upon my sorrows and answer my prayer and give me a son, then I will give him back to you. He will be yours for his entire lifetime, and as a sign that he has been dedicated to the Lord, his hair will never be cut. As she was praying to the Lord, Eli watched her. Seeing her lips moving but hearing no sound, he thought she'd been drinking. Must you come here drunk? He demanded. Throw away your wine. Oh no, sir, she replied. I haven't been drinking wine or anything stronger, but I am very discouraged, and I was pouring out my heart to the Lord. Don't think I am a wicked woman, for I have been praying out of great anguish and sorrow. In that case, Eli said, go in peace. May the God of Israel grant you the request you've asked of him. Oh, thank you, sir, she exclaimed. Then she went back and began to eat again, and she was no longer sad. The entire family got up the next morning and went to worship the Lord once more. Then they returned home to Ramah. When Elkanah slept with Hannah, the Lord remembered her plea, and in due time she gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, for she said, I asked the Lord for him. So what do we do when we feel God has let us down? If we don't technically need to forgive him, what can we do? Well, we're going to explore the whole idea of this a little bit more with Craig Rochelle in a moment. But first, let's sing again.